Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 70 of Talkin' Trash. I threw my back out right before the show, so I'm probably going to the ER right after this. However, the show must go on, and I'm a professional, so I'm going to push through this searing pain in my back and spread the Christmas message that overdosing and suicide is a bunch of horse shit. There's no reason for it. You have something to give to this world, whether you think so or not. And, we're all here together to push through this freaking holiday. I'm not a huge fan because it spotlights where I shouldn't be in life. Everybody gets a spotlight on them on Christmas. And, we try to deflect throughout the year, but if you're not in this perfect spot, right where you should be, it produces a stigma. Nope. It produces a stigma like you're not doing the right things. You're a failure. You're not contributing to society. Everything's got a reason. Everything has an explanation. As long as you're taking the next step, the next right step, you're doing the right thing. So don't let anybody tell you any different, no matter where you're at in your sobriety and your recovery. I like playing Christmas music to set the stage for our show. So we have Will Douglas co-hosting with me tonight. Bring him on in a little bit. What else we have going on? We had Jimmy Leibel on a couple episodes ago. This is a pisser. Oh my God, we had fun with him. He is a strange Canadian, but we enjoy Jim Leibel. He's 3 years sober. He celebrated his 3-year anniversary a couple weeks ago. He is a great friend of the show. We were delighted to have him on. We appreciated his help. We went over the 12 steps to Christmas, had a good time with that. And here we are, episode 70 of Talkin' the Trash. We film this live. It is a podcast that we film live, just because we're good like that. And this goes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that stuff after this. But we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and something else, Instagram. I never know what ticker to look at as far as how many people are watching. I got conflicting information all over the place. But yeah, that's StreamYard for you. Very convenient program. We are going to get into our preamble and then we'll get into the show and see what's happening. This is our humble broadcast where ethics and personal anonymity are of the utmost importance. We run this podcast as an act of service to those whose lives have been affected by addiction. We don't do it for profit or notoriety. We place principles before personalities. We benefit from this podcast just as much as anyone else. We all work programs and choose to sacrifice our own anonymity to spread the message that recovery is possible. We do this thing in an attempt to show as living examples that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. Not only is that the 9-step promise, it's our creed we abide by here on Talkin' Trash. We feel called to uphold AA and NA principles. We firmly believe that you can only keep what you have by giving it away. Please join us for a moment of silence, followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Alrighty, let's go around and meet the team real quick before we get started. Let's do that. It is me and Will on the horn tonight, just doing our thing. And there he is, Will Douglas, coming to you from Ella J. Hi, Will. How are you?
Ella J. I'm down the road from Ella J. But
I mean, wherever you are. Ranger, Georgia. I should remember that. Hello, Lee Bembry. Nice to see you on the pod here. We are let me see something here. Real quick before I forget, we did a pod swap with Elizabeth McKeon the other day. That is going to go up as episode 71 after this. Good time having her on. Yeah, she's the real deal right there. Knows her stuff. The other thing is we're going to have a guest on our podcast on, let me see, I think it's Sunday. Yep, it is Sunday. To be our new friend of the show, Todd Davidson. Excited to have him on, see what's up with him. He works for Health E Georgia, Health HIE. He's a mental health court advocate. He's pushing 4 years clean. We're excited to have him on Sunday. So, Will Douglas, what the hell is going on with you?
Well, nothing much. Just running around helping everybody for the holidays, family wise. Work has gotten a little bit slow. It's cold outside, of course.
Yeah.
Just and working outside around my own place.
Well, you look clear tonight. That's interesting. Did you put a antenna on top of your thing or what's going?
No, I added an additional part to my front porch, so maybe the metal tin. I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's why. Kaisa saying hi.
Hey, what's up?
Lee's saying hi, but it's not coming through like Kaisa's did. So yeah, we're just hanging out here. We got friends watching. We have friends of the show. We're blessed to have what we have. Our little theme tonight, as I came up with 2 seconds before the show, is do what you say. You know what I mean? It's Christmas time. Let's just do what we say and do. Hey, Mike Oxley, nice to see you
What's
on
up,
here.
Mike?
At Christmas time, everybody's so full of shit. You know what I mean? And like being in recovery, we have this level playing field of saying, yep, this is us, and we're going to come at it real. Like, why? We don't have anything to hide or have anything to bullshit. And if you do, if you're in recovery, talking a bunch of nonsense, that is going to come back to get you. I promise you that. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've been it. So let's. It's Christmas. It's a tough time of year. I think it'll be more beneficial if we all just stay in our lanes and mean what we say. And so, like, I can throw a bunch of Google definitions at you. This is my whole thing. This is what I live by, or hopefully, like this isn't. I'm not perfect, but integrity is what you do when nobody is looking, and that's true. I mean, you don't have to pick up every gum wrapper you see on the ground when nobody's looking. But it's just being the same in every situation. We talk about masks on the show, not putting on, fake. Being fake is a great way to get taken out. Trying to be something you're not, and then trying to be different in different situations. It's hard to keep up. My back is killing me. It is hard to keep up with, what persona you're putting on, what kind of, fake person you're trying to be. Let the normies in not in recovery do their thing. Everybody puts on a show and puts up lights and does whatever they're going to do. And I'm not being cynical towards that, but what I am saying is just be real. You know what I mean? Be real. And it's
Mm-hmm.
hard. It's hard around Christmas because everybody's, up in your business and seeing what's going on. Just be authentic, be genuine. Tupac said it best. I'm not perfect, but I'll always be real. Lil Wayne too. These rappers have great sayings. Never apologize for what you feel. It's like being sorry for being real. So during this Christmas, when normal people disappoint you and put on a show, and even people in AA, believe it or not, there's the same people everywhere. They're just different settings. Just because they're in NA or AA doesn't make them better than anybody else. Doesn't make them, more important. Jim said it best last show. It's a miracle. You know what I mean? It's great. Like people come in and they put on this thing, and it's an important thing to be aware of this Christmas season and all year round. But like just being real, like I can speak for myself. I got nothing to hide. Honestly, I just don't. I'm myself. I'm me. I do a podcast. I'm in pain all the time. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, especially this time of year. So like I just want to let our fans know and our listeners that you're not alone in this holiday kerfuffle. I love that word. You're just not alone in this red and green nightmare. You can have fun, you can enjoy it, you can be with friends, but just stay grounded. It's important to stay grounded because if you don't, you let your guard down, and it's just dangerous. And I'm not speaking from experience, like I know everything. I know enough to say I've been through this a few times, and I know how hard it is. You say you're at a family gathering and everybody's talking about their big deals they just closed and their kids just graduated or whatever school, and you're sitting there, you're just out of rehab. You're 6 months clean and you're trying to do the best you can. And when you're at a meeting, you're 6 months clean. That's a big deal. There's people there that are 30 days clean, and you kind of feel good about yourself. And then you get to these family gatherings, which you wouldn't be in any other time of the year, and you find yourself overshadowed by the guy that went to the moon. You know what I mean? It's if you start to feel bad about yourself, you start to let your guard down on who you are and what you are. Don't do that. Just be who you are. Doesn't matter what other people say. There's Jimmy L saying hi from
What's up, Jim?
Regina, Saskatchewan. So I mean, and Jim will tell, like, Jim, I don't know if you heard just a second ago, but I used your it's a miracle thing. We just got to be aware of people who think it's a miracle, and Lee's saying it too. It's be you, be authentic. Such an important thing because honestly, if oh my god, my back, I'm gonna need a stretcher. I can't get out of this chair. If you are not legit with yourself and with everybody around you, people can feel that too. I mean, I've tried to be whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You're the surgeon from Manhattan. Like I've tried to do that. I've gone to rehab and been like a superstar. Like pumped up my story, tried to be somebody I wasn't. I was already relapsing in rehab doing that. So, I won't ramble on. I mean, and Lee, I'm not going to bring you on the show because you're hitting it right on the head. It is a war always, and it is. It's really it's a battle. It's a constant battle, and for us, we can do it one of two ways. We can not fight the battle and let it beat us, or we can stay in our lane and just be the person God created us to be. Fight that battle every day. Because a lot of people, regular people, don't have that perspective. They don't have that thing in their head that says, I got to get up and fight today. They get up and they get wrapped up in stuff. And next thing you know, they're gambling or cheating on their wife or doing something stupid that causes more misery. You know, not just addicts are in recovery. Everybody basically is from one thing or another. Will, I mean, what is your experience with people who are not authentic, and how does that affect like your walk, like your outlook, like
Well, usually when I don't know people that I say or used to associate with that were not authentic or not themselves, I have or if I went along with it because I wasn't being myself either or being my authentic self, then I would typically it was just a whole like a bullshit show, show.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it was kind of just like I mean anything and everything that was said when you take away from it meant nothing. So nowadays, like if I mean, within 5 seconds of me talking to somebody, you can tell someone's full of BS.
yeah,
It's just like I automatically just like shut down. I'm like, okay, and then just turn around and walk away because if I sit there and continue on to listen and play their game, well, guess what? Then I'm going to get pulled back into doing the same thing,
yeah,
And so therefore, I mean, I honestly, that's a lot of the reason why. I mean, I love being out where I'm at because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere by myself. Well, I mean, my
yeah,
family's here, but I mean, it's but then again, it also gives me time to figure out who I am. When you're by yourself, I mean, what are you gonna do? Lie to yourself the 100 time by yourself? It's
right,
so therefore, but I mean, I made a conscious effort, even the when I was getting high the last time, even though like I knew, like I mean, I had made a conscious decision to like taper myself down, but I mean, even though I was still getting high, I started the just the morals and the integrity. Like when I was in a drug court program for 42 months, and
hmm,
it was just like I mean, it was never ending. But and you listen to something, some things you just don't listen to, and some you do. But integrity was the one thing that was like drilled. No, I don't say drilled in my head, but that's the one thing that I mean that I remembered like nonstop. And even when I was hanging out with people that I was getting high with or helping them out, even then when I had opportunities to do things that when no one was looking and better my or not better myself, but to help me out selfishly. I mean, I didn't do it, But then again, even though that's the way I started practicing and it just became habit, and then guess what? It's just part of life. But then those people that you're around that don't have it, well, they'll automatically assume that, oh, no, you didn't do that, whatever. But it starts to enable you to cut those type of people out of your life very, very fast because you don't want somebody around you that is going to question you when you're doing
Yep.
right, or that you're not. I mean that you are being you have morals now, and
Right.
integrity. So if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, getting high, like, you are, I mean, anybody who's getting high, you are putting on a show for everybody you meet, your dealer, the people you're trying to hide it from, yourself. Like you said it perfectly. You have the time to be real with yourself and figure out who you are. And that's really the key here. Like, if we don't know who we are, if we're not doing what we should be doing, there's a stink bug in my room. Do I kill it,
There's
Will, or
only a
does it?
million of them here.
Uh, it's just being real with yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. I mean, for years we cared about what everybody else thought, and me in particular. Like oh my God, if somebody didn't like me in the slightest, it would eat me up. Why don't they like me? What did I do wrong? Like I would be so self-absorbed, and like I had a family, and like I just all I like what was going on the outside was not what was going on the inside. And for years, like I was casually using, and I get myself sick, and I was constantly being somebody I wasn't, and it's just using and being an addict. If you can break free of that, you can really take a minute to look back and be like, damn, why did I find the need to self medicate to begin with? Why was I not okay with myself enough to be like, well, I need to get high because I'm not okay with myself. If you're getting high, you're not okay in your own skin. And then even getting in recovery, you get sober, you clean, you realize I'm still not okay in my own skin, but now I have to fight it and figure out why and treat the cause of it. And that's such a important thing to learn. And it's just like when I say do what you say, I mean, like if you're gonna say, all right, you need to do this, you need to do that. This is what I did. This is what I. And then you walk out of the room and you leave that person in the room. And then you're different outside of the room. For me, like I know that by telling the girl at Subway that I'm an addict in recovery, that's keeping myself in check. That's letting people know that I am what you see. If you were at the AA meeting or you're talking to me now, you're going to see the same person. And that's something that for me is becoming more natural the more I live that.
And it holds you accountable also.
And absolutely, it absolutely does. A lot of people try to hide they're in recovery. They don't want people to know. I wear it like a badge, like of honor. Like, yeah, I died a couple times. I died on the streets of Kensington and Philadelphia, and I'm standing here for a reason. And that resonates with people both in recovery that are out there doing their thing. That resonates with your doctors. That resonates with, the clerk at 7-Eleven or whatever they have down here, racetrack or quick chime or whatever it is down here. And like if you're just the same with everybody, it's liberating. Honestly, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I really don't anymore. And I it just it's freeing because I don't have to be. There's some people that don't approve of me existing on this planet. It doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. I have people that do approve of me. I have people that do want to help me and let me help them and do what listen to my experience and apply it to their life. And that's a privilege because there's people that don't feel like that about me. And that's going to be everybody. On the screen, I have doing what you say is the practice of keeping commitments and following through on what you say you will do. It's keeping commitments. How many times using and in an act of addiction, are we so unreliable? I'm not keeping commitments. I'm bailing on everything. I can't make it. Oh yeah, sorry, I have 5 flat tires. I'm just completely full of shit. Like I said, integrity is what you do when no one's looking, but it's also the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles that you refuse to change. People can tell you what they think you should do, and you do what you know is right. You do what you believe in. So we'll just touch on that as we go through our episode tonight. See, we want to thank our friends and family of Talking the Trashes. We have a lot of people who support us and who are involved in what we do. We'll just go through them real quick. New Hope, they run our podcast as a group. That's very cool. We get a lot of feedback from people who graduate the program. So New Hope in Marlboro, New Jersey. If you want to be on the pod, you don't have to be anything special. You just have to be you in recovery or even out of recovery. Just give me your story. Let me know what's up. We have great guests on just from our listener base. Where I get my haircut, Metro Fade and Cornelia, they're the best. Serenity Treatment Center. They are I can't remember if they're in Baton Rouge. Yeah, they're in Louisiana. Also using our podcasts as group time. Very fun. We know that they are doing our live podcasts on Sundays, and they're watching our old ones throughout the week. Kaisa, our friend, and her one of her many recovery ventures, Sober Hope in Houston, is what she advocates. Search Sober Hope on Facebook or soberhope.com, I think. Simon Cross, Straight Line Foundation, he does great work. We're privileged to have him as part of our show. A stink bug literally landed on my chest, and he's dead. Anywho, SAMHSA is their government, but they're important. They play a role in substance abuse and mental health. So check out SAMHSA, findtreatment.gov, USA.gov, also a resource. Go on our website, trash-podcast.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, what is that one? TikTok, Instagram, and of course Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Email me at tim@trash-podcast. Get an app, start counting your days. We do it for you, but it'd be great if you did it for yourself too, so you could see it any time of the week. It's available on the App Store or Google Play. Just search Sobriety Counter. You'll find something. NA meetings, AA meetings, Google Play. Get some Narcan, and that's that. Do not kill yourself. We just had I'm not at liberty to announce who and what and circumstances. However, we had a friend of the show pass away from self-inflicted suicide. We had a friend, Nikki, who overdosed a couple weeks ago, and now we have an anonymous friend who passed away from suicide. So can we just not, for the love of God? So yeah, we got friends watching. Lee Bembry, Jimmy Leibel, he's a great one. So since we're just talking about Jim Leibel, let's take a look at last episode. We had Jimmy on, and a guy was a pisser, but he had some real knowledge to drop on us. Let's just take a look at a clip from episode 69.
We all have a story to share. We just haven't heard them all,
Yep.
And everybody's highs and lows are different. I've been fortunate enough that I've been in this program, and I'm working it now for it's 11:05 today. And like I say, I was in the program. I first got into the program almost 20 years ago. It was one of those do it or else. So I reluctantly went into the program of AA. And of course, I got this. The worst 3 words you can ever say.
Yep.
When you're in any kind, whether you have an addiction, I got this. No, you don't. Your addiction has you.
Yep.
And it's been a joy. It really has. The highs, the lows, and it's all been a bunch about lessons. Everybody says I made a mistake, like when they slip or something.
Yep.
No, it was just part of your journey, and it's a lesson. Like write it down. Next time when this happens, I always say run the film to the end. Right? My alcoholism, I call it my dark passenger.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Wow.
So the dichotomy, like this disease, they always say in the big book, like cunning, baffling, powerful, and it really is. It was that I just got to stop drinking, right?
Right. Yep.
And no, it's not. That's the smallest part of my addiction. It's a thinking problem, right?
Sure.
And getting educated about when I took that drink, what it did to not only my body, but what it did to my mind.
Right.
right? Like the whole synapses and the tonic levels, and learned all that. So when I look at alcohol now, I know it's poison, and I always say my addiction's outside doing push-ups in the parking lot. Your rent is due daily. This
Mhm.
your sobriety is rented.
So that's a good time. Jim, like, you know what? I've heard those words before. I've heard those exact words from somebody, and as they're saying it, I'm like just like we're talking about, you're full of shit. I can see it all over you. It's like Will said, you know it right when you meet somebody, you know it right when you talk to somebody. So, for example, I've heard Jim's words, cunning, baffling, powerful. My addiction's doing push-ups in the parking lot. When I heard it from him last week, I was like, he means it. Like it's the same words, but like he means what he's saying, and it resonated with me again. It made me, he tried to drop the word dichotomy in there. I caught that, Jim. I tried to cut it out, but my text thing caught you, which is it's a sans serif. He busted my balls for my fonts I was using. So like I've heard Jim's words out of people in AA and NA, and again, I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm just trying to be real with people who are trying to navigate this recovery thing. It's something where you just got to take it for what it is. People are people, regardless of where you're at, regardless of what setting you're in, what group you're in. You're going to have people who say it and it's going to go in one ear and out the other because you've heard it 10 times in the same cadence and it's just the same. They're reciting something. So you gotta pity them and know that if that becomes you, if you're just reciting the pretty words you hear in AA and you're not living them and you're not doing what you say, it's going to get you. It's going to take you out faster than anything. It's just you got to be real with yourself first, like Will said, and then you can be real with everybody else. And once you're able to do that, I can tell you, even in my precarious situation, it is freeing. I'm allowed to be myself. I'm allowed to put on a Grinch sweater and wear a Santa hat and put my face on the internet because I got nothing to hide, and I've shared myself with everybody, every one of our listeners, thousands of people. I've been honest with who I am, what I am, and what I do, and where I've been and what I've done. I put a video on last week of my dad recounting me overdosing. Like that's something I would have hidden in the past, but this time around in recovery, I'm doing the opposite of what I've always done. And what I've always done is hide everything I've done. Nope, I didn't do that. I'm normal. Look at me now. And that would work for a minute, and then I would forget who I am, and it would creep up on me again. So it's very, very important to be real with yourself. And part of the reasons why I have Will on our podcast is because the top 10 realest people I've ever met. He is authentic. He's real. And he doesn't hide anything. Will, how is that something you have to practice or does it come naturally to you now?
No, I mean, not all, I mean, it comes naturally, honestly. 'Cause, I mean, there's like, with me, there's just, I mean, there's certain things you have to be open and upfront with certain people about, and it just, even though you know that you may get judged very harshly for whatever you may say, I mean, just, um, you'll learn how to take the, I mean, either criticism or either rejection. But the thing is that when you get criticized or rejected, guess what, those people aren't your people, you know what I'm saying? And it just makes it a
Mm,
lot easier for you to, I mean, then it's like all of a sudden, well, hell, I mean, this is like almost like I mean, just, no, how should I say this? Like, not a lie detector, but like, just like a meter, like, you're gonna tell them about yourself and they don't approve or they're gonna say something about it, they'll get what, bam, they're gone.
yep.
So therefore, I mean, it's gotten very easy for me. Now, my family wise, like my mother, she's a very keeping up with the Joneses. Like she likes to
Hmm.
everything, she cares immensely what people think about her or whatever's going on. And that used to
Right.
be like a fun game with me because whenever she told, like, I'd be out, I used to live with her, and she would tell me to be quiet or don't do this, and then I'm like, oh, what, and I just magnify me by 100,
Yeah.
just because I'm like, why do you give a shit? Like, why do you care? I mean, like,
Yeah.
why do you care? You waste
Yeah.
so much time and energy focused on what other people think. It's none of your business what they think about you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like it's only your business what you think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it is very it wasn't before, but usually when I was trying to not be straight up and forward and honest, like, or you know what I'm saying, or you're always
Yeah.
hiding something, even if it is the truth about you.
Yeah.
You're always, I mean, because at the end of the day, that person that you're not being 100 with, it's gonna. I mean, you're gonna gain a relationship of some sort there, and
You're
you're
right.
gonna probably be more into that relationship. And then guess what? They're gonna find out that truth about you. And then guess what? It's gonna be a hell of a lot more hurt relationship of some sort, mentally, and everything else. It's
Yep.
it's a lot harder. So it's easier just to go ahead and, you know, just be 100.
Yeah.
You love me or hate
Really
me.
well said. It's the people. It's the who am I trying to impress, and why? Why are you trying to impress anybody? Just be yourself. Who cares? And most people will like your authentic self than the person you're trying to pretend to be.
Yeah.
I've had that in the past. I'm guilty. I've always tried to be somebody I wasn't. I had kids at 20 years old, right? And at 23, I'm working two jobs and I'm behind in life, and all my friends are partying and having fun, normal partying and fun, not shooting heroin. And I'm working, but I'm behind. Like I'm not what I want to be. And now I have another kid. Now I have two kids and a house and a mortgage, and I've worked two jobs, and I'm like, always trying to just be the adult. Like I pictured in my mind, if I even lived to 35, I pictured like 35. I'll have kids. I'll be established. I'll have a job. I'll be and like I got there a couple of times. I faked it till I make it. I worked in IT for a while. I had some good jobs. I had some things going on, but like I felt like I had to fake it to make it. And for years I just it was difficult, like being this person I wasn't. Like what I wanted to be was like, I'm tired, I'm little, I don't know what I'm doing, I want everybody to like me, but like I'm not good at anything, and I'm not where you're at. That's why I wanted to say inside me. It was like boiling inside me, but like instead I'm like, hey, we're equals. Hey, buddy boy, yeah, we're friends. Like just this fakeness, and it didn't. I mean, you start to believe your own lies to some point. Until they catch up with you, until you're 37 and you're in the middle of a separation, and you're not the person you pretended to be. So now you're not I wasn't prepared for that situation. I dealt with it the only way I knew how to deal with something that was too big for me. I hid, I self-medicated, I went off the rails, I attempted suicide, I did all these things to escape because I didn't want to be me. I I wasn't there was no me. There wasn't a me. There was a fake version that I tried to project for years, but then there's this actual scared little boy that doesn't know why he's married, doesn't know how he's got two adult children, doesn't know how he got to this point, right? So me lying to myself all those years, yeah, I made it to 37, 38 years old, but it came to get me even at that point in my life, 20 years later after raising a family. And I wasn't prepared for a real adult situation because I was a child pretending to be an adult for so long. A lot of that's circumstance, a lot of that's bad luck, a lot of that is just life. Life is like that. I'm not the first person to have kids at 20 and have to grow up too soon and whatever. So, like, instead of evolving with life and growing up, even though I'm faking it, I still, looking back, I could have evolved with it, but I never allowed myself to because I was always afraid to be authentic because I was afraid of rejection. Honestly, that's what it comes down to, and being afraid of rejection is a very delicate thing to play with, because if you're afraid of being rejected, you're going to be let down because people are going to reject you regardless in life. And I'm not sitting here on my soapbox telling everybody what's what. I'm telling you what I experienced, and what I experienced was painting a picture of who Tim Snyder was, and being this person. It worked for so long until my dark passenger, came and got me. It was always there, I was just, I should have been in recovery all those years. And if I was, I would have known who I was. I would have made the right decisions. Maybe my marriage wouldn't have fell apart. Maybe everything I had planned, thank God my marriage fell apart, by the way. But like looking back as it was happening, I'm thinking my life is over. Like, my measure of success was house, kids, married, kids go to college, following this dichotomy, Jim. I don't know if that's the right application of dichotomy. Following this systemic thing that culture says you need to have. If you're going the picket fence route and you're going to to conform to that, then you have to achieve this and this by this amount of time. By not being real with myself, by allowing myself to get caught up in who I wanted to be versus who I tried to be, the social norm, as Kaisa graciously interjected with. She's right. It's the social norm. I have to do this. I have to adhere to this. If I don't, then this. That's all horseshit. It's all made up stuff. If I had known all this stuff, hindsight's 2020. But if I had known all this stuff before my life hit a crossroad, things would have gone differently. I would have built myself up rather than tear myself down. I'll show you, I'll hurt me. That's the mistake we make in trying to be someone we're not. Trying to put on a show. I could come on here and talk a good game and be all ridiculous, but it would come back to get me. People, we wouldn't have listeners. People would be like, that Tim Snyder guy's full of shit. And eventually they'd realize that. So my only alternative, come on here and be real, because people see through it. I've experienced it too much. It's one of those things, people and all our friends on Clean Time and in recovery and watching and listening. Don't get caught up in it. It doesn't matter what the world says. It's a big, weird, up world. Don't get caught up in the mistakes that other people have made, that I've made. Listen to what I'm telling you, and don't do the things that I did, and do some things that I didn't do. And that's the point of this. Another little fun thing we got going on is we went over the 12 steps of Christmas last episode, because I came up with it. 12 steps of Christmas, 12 steps of recovery, all that. And then I'm getting emails, well, what are the 12 steps of Christmas? I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll come up with something. This is what I came up with. The 12 steps of Christmas. Oh, Jim has it printed out. Mm-hmm. He's a hell of a fan.
He's posted in other places, Jim.
I'm sure he has.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Step 1, we admitted we were powerless over the holidays. They're coming whether we like it or not. Every year, kids believe that a power greater than Santa Claus could restore us to sanity. We made a decision to turn our car into the driveway instead of the liquor store. Which
good choice,
right?
Cheaper too.
It is. We admitted to God, to ourselves, and to someone else how we ruined holidays in the past, so we don't do it again. Step 6, we were entirely ready not to wake up face down in the Christmas tree smelling of eggnog and urine.
I thought you were drinking eggnog today, buddy.
I hate eggnog.
Man, in your coffee? It's amazing. Continue. Sorry, I digress. I interrupt.
Doesn't work for me. Humbly ask God to remove our need to destroy the holidays. Step 8. Made a list of all persons that had to bail us out, Narcan us, or drive us to rehab on Christmas, and get ready to apologize. Step 9. Made direct amends to such people at any holiday gathering, except when it results in being strangled by Christmas lights.
Gooder.
Step 10, continue to keep your stupid ass in check, and whenever you do something dumb, own it so you don't do it again. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, whoever she is, like Jim said, praying for dear life, for the strength to overcome the holidays and start the year right. And Jim, will you read number 12 for us?
And number 12, previously on Talkin Trash. Step 12, having made it to the new year without destroying the old one, pause, tell everyone this Christmas it's a miracle, and practice these principles the whole year round. Namaste.
Namaste indeed. Live and let live. That is the 12 steps of Christmas.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Namaste right here. I think it's funny. Jim Leibel is he's 2,000 miles away. It feels like he's next door. He is all up in our business, and we couldn't love it more. So again, suicide. We just gotta reiterate. Yeah, this kind of makes a joke out of it, but it's not a joke. 988. Before you load up a rig with heroin, like I experienced with somebody, please just call 988. Don't call me because I can't really help you. I can tell you not to do it, but like there are professionals out there who will take care of you. And that being said, get some freaking Narcan. That way, if I fall dead on your bathroom floor, like I did to my father, you can Narcan me without calling the entire police department to our house on Christmas Eve. So there's community access in Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, and Wyoming, meaning you can contact your Board of Health and just get Narcan. There are community programs that usually in your county that provide Narcan to some degree. And if all else fails, check out my friends at naloxoneforall.com. Tracy, thank you for being so generous with what you do. They will mail you Narcan. If you need it that bad, they'll mail it to you. Now, they say, please try to get it through other means. But if you can't, if for whatever reason you can't get Narcan, call them. And if you're a decent person and you have a few extra bucks, throw them some money. That's a cause that saves lives. So get yourself some Narcan. Naloxoneforall.org or nextdistro.org. They are the same company, and they will send you some Narcan. There's a very confusing map on what they send and where. You know, it's not a ton of states that they send the sprayables to. Honestly, I'm looking at it right now. But you know what? Try to get it through whatever. And it's at your pharmacy for $40. I don't know who's in charge of that, but I'm gonna find them and put them in their place. EMS, you know, I'm not saying wave down cops, but you know, they'd rather have you Narcan the person than them show up. Speaking of all this, Will, let's get into some clean time. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Well, it's that time. It is clean time. What is clean time, you ask? Well, glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you. Clean time is the amount of days or years that you've been clean and sober. We're a family here on T-Dubs, so let's get into our clean time segment. Will, you read it.
Daisy M, 36 days.
Had a girl, Daisy.
Jeanette R, 52 days.
52. Tara.
Tara Dixon, 63 days.
She did it.
Timothy F, 66 days.
Ariel Lemieux.
Jeremy Moore, 76 days.
Sean Bradley.
Jason D, 85 days.
JD.
Bridget Shades, 86 days.
Had a girl, B. GW hitting 90. Had a boy.
Alan B,
Alan.
92 days.
Also hitting 90. We got two of them.
Haley M, 99 days. One more to go.
Wayne Gretzky.
Skylar S, 100 days.
One hundo.
John B, 130 days.
Boy, John.
Valencia K, 132 days.
Boom.
Katerina D, 136 days. April R, 140 days. Monica Fontanella, 146 days.
Monty Fonny.
Michaela Booker, 148 days. Frank Kinney, 149. Rico Dina, 153 days.
Oh boy.
Alex Katrine, 157 days.
157.
Samantha H, 162 days.
Test trucks are coming.
Anthony S, 163 days.
Boy, Anthony S.
Destiny J, 167 days.
It's your destiny.
Daniel OG, 168 days.
OG. AJ Hamilton, 6 months. What?
Congratulations. Andreas Estrada, 192 days.
Oh boy, AD.
David D, 196 days.
196.
Christian A, 197 days.
197. 200.
M, 200 days. Stephen W, 207
boy Steve Crikey.
Tony J, 229 days.
My boy TJ.
Maria Gladden, 230 days.
I'm so glad.
Jen M, 239 days.
Happier than a little girl.
Jared Black, 243 days.
My boy JB. Mandy
Mandy.
Jean, 6 months.
Congratulations.
9 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
Jamie M,
Jamie
275.
This is a great clean time segment. Everybody
I know,
bumping
right?
up.
Deshaun Booker, 307 days.
My boy Deshaun.
Desiree Murphy, 312 days.
Got a nice email from her yesterday. Thank you, Desiree.
Ricky McVicker, 319 days.
My boy Ricky McVicky.
Cassie Spencer, 349 days.
Girl Cassie.
Katie M, 379 days.
My girl, saw her yesterday.
Patricia C, 379 days.
And Patty.
Craig Clipper, 380 days.
Boy.
Colby J, 407 days.
My boy Colby J. Ronnie J.
Ronnie J, 421 days.
Good job, Ronnie. Little Tommy.
Tommy Wilk, 434 days.
I'll take the next one. Will Douglas, 438 days. Way to go, Will.
Yes, sir. Timothy Snyder, 534 days.
Ah,
Daniel Gelman, 2 years.
boy, Dan.
Stella Montez, 3 years.
Good job, Stella.
And
Leibel.
there's Jim Leibel, 3 years.
It's a miracle.
Amelia Quarto, 3 years.
Oh,
April Pritchard, 3 years.
God, April.
Jeffrey S., 4 years.
That beard.
Paul Flagg, 4 years.
Do it. Work in recovery, Paul. I support you.
Tyler B., 4 years.
Boy, Tyler. Kaisa.
B., 5 years.
Hey,
Lisa Wilk, 6 years.
boy, Lisa. I mean, girl.
Simon Cross, 6 years.
Boy, Simon. Nina.
C., 8 years.
She had COVID. I hope she's feeling better.
Neil K., 13 years.
Wow. Hey, who's the most important person in the room, Will?
That would be the newcomer. That would be
It
Misty
is.
Hayes. 15 days.
Had a girl.
Doug Hamilton, 21 days.
Need a better picture there, Dougie. Way to go, everybody. Great clean time. Wow. A lot of people upgrading. Alan Batherson, TW, 90 days. Tyler S, 100 days. AJ Hamilton, 6 months. Alex M, 200 days. Mandy Jean, 9 months. Jamie Michelle, 9 months. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
Get some Narcan so you can make it to clean time. And at the car wash. That's a great segment. A lot of old friends, people who are active in our show, getting involved, hitting some milestones. 9 months, 6 months, 90 days. I mean, hell is a yeah. Way to go, everybody. It was a very exciting thing. Will, you did a phenomenal job, everybody. Very impressed with your clean time. Oh, it's on now. Tim's coming in hot as he usually does. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I mean, this song, I was listening to this song the other day. It is the most depressing, scary Christmas song I've ever heard. I feel like people are getting murdered, like in England.
Did they play this song like on Home Alone when they were breaking in the house or something on the original
I believe
one?
so. Yep. They always play it in movies where it's like super weird. So that being said, let's I think we got some time to have a little fun. Let's go over some of those ridiculous Christmas movies. My favorite. All right, so I did not do my favorites, and I do not agree with the list. I honestly, it's from Entertainment Weekly, which
There
is
you
fine.
go.
Good for them. But we're gonna go through it and destroy it here in the last 5 minutes just for some fun. So here is your top 20 Christmas movies. Number 20, 1984, The Gremlins. What the fuck? Really?
I never liked that movie.
I didn't either, and it was like, it reminds me of a weird time in my childhood where I didn't know why I was alive. Number 19. Now I got to give this some credit. The Holdovers. Now this came out last year. I saw it in movie theaters. It's got Paul Giamatti. I mean, if you haven't seen a great movie, The Holdovers is phenomenal. And in the movie, he has a lazy eye.
What was it about?
It's about these kids at like a private school.
Oh yeah. I saw. Yeah, I did watch that actually.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick. He had this. He never explained how he did this lazy eye thing. Oh yeah. So there he is with his lazy eye. Ridiculous. I don't know if it's a contact or what it is, but
it almost looks like one.
Yeah, it's gotta be. What else could it be? I don't know. Hollywood these days, am I right?
Right.
All right, so let's keep going with our Christmas movies here. Number 18, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Are we for real? Number 18, this comes in.
I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree.
A lot of sap in here. Looks great. Little full. A lot of sap.
Little full, lot of sap. Number, what was that? 18 it came in. Kidding me?
Yeah, number 17.
Scrooge, 1988. Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. That's fine at number 17 for me. Die Hard, 1988 at number 16.
There was a radio show that they were like arguing whether Die Hard was a Christmas or no. Die Hard was some. SES is definitely a Christmas movie, absolutely. And I think it should be like number one.
It should be top 5 for sure.
Yes.
You know, yippee-ki-yay.
You really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year.
Kaisa does not agree with something. I'm not sure what, but I really respect what she said. So whatever she doesn't agree with, I don't agree with too. So here we go. 15, Miracle on 34th Street. I mean, just as a token, that should probably be top 10. 14, White Christmas. I don't remember that one. 13, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I guess at 13 is fine. Trading Places, very funny. 1983. Home Alone sits at number 11. Number 10, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 1964. Number 9, The Year Without a Santa Claus. Yeah, I don't remember that movie.
I don't either.
What the hell was that? Well, whatever. Number 8, A Muppet Christmas Carol, 1992. Also from a time in my life where I didn't know why I existed. Bad Santa, 2003. I mean, maybe not. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton, he's funny, but like, not number 7. Love Actually, from 2003. I tend to repress stupid movies. I don't remember what Love Actually was about and why it would be so high on the list.
I saw it on. I forgot which streaming service. Amazon or either Netflix, but it's been on like the list lately. Maybe it's because if it's a Christmas movie, it's probably why it's been on like the screen right there. You know.
I guess, but like, I don't know. Here it is, Love Actually. It looks like it's got Hugh Jackman and pretty much. Look, it's got Mr. Bean in it. Yep, so it's a bunch of stars. Stupid movie. Guarantee it's stupid. I don't know what it is. I just guarantee it's stupid. Let's keep going here. Almost there. Love Actually, number 6. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, number 5. That's fine. Elf, number 4. Very good. It's number 4 on this list. I guess I agree with it.
Huh?
Is there sugar and syrup?
Yes.
Then yes.
That's funny.
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here?
I know
him.
I know him. He'll be here to take pictures with all the children. Yeah. Just keep your receipts. 10 a.m. tomorrow.
10 a.m. tomorrow.
Santa's coming to town.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Santa's coming.
What, Chuck? I mean, what could be going on down here that's so important you had to interrupt me? What?
So there you have it. That's Elf. I just love breaking copyright laws. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. Here's a little something for you. There's me. I'm an elf. Look at everybody. Look what I did. I did a thing. Everybody looking. Good. Everybody's looking. Everybody's having fun. And that's it. Okay. So that's me as an elf. We had a good time with that. Let's see. Let's finish up these movies before we hit the road here. Number 3, A Charlie Brown Christmas from 1965. 1964, 65, 66. That was a big Christmas era.
Yeah.
Rudolph, Charlie Brown. All right, anyway, number 2, A Christmas Story. Okay, that's fine. And number 1, It's a Wonderful Life. I guess so. I don't know. I wouldn't have it. I don't know. I would have had National Lampoon's number 1. I would have had Die Hard number 2.
I would have got Die Hard number 1.
Okay, yeah, I'd give you that. How the Grinch Stole Christmas at number 3, just as like a gift. I guess the holdovers, I'd throw that in at number 4, and then Home Alone number 5. Just not that I love these movies, but it is what it is. So that's that. That's our Christmas movies. Let's get into some Just for Today action. So just for today, whatever today is, Thursday, December 19th. Let's see, Willie, you usually read this, so let's get right to her, huh?
You me read or you were reading?
Yeah, you read. You're good at reading stuff. I don't know if you can read it.
Okay, page 369, basic text, text page 58. The 12th step reminds us to practice these principles in all our affairs. In NA, we see living examples of the suggestions all around us. The more experienced members who seem to have an aura of peace surrounding them demonstrate the rewards of applying the bits of wisdom in their lives. To receive the rewards of the 12th step, it is vital that we practice the spiritual principles of recovery even when no one is looking. If we talk about recovery at meetings but continue to live as we did in active addiction, our fellow members may suspect that what we are doing nothing more than quoting bumper stickers. What we pass on to newer members come more from how we live than what we say. If we advise someone to turn it over without having experienced the miracle of the 3rd step, chances are the message will fail to reach the ears of the newcomer.
Yep, that's a fact.
For whom it's intended. On the other hand, if we talk what we talk and share our genuine experience in recovery, the messages will surely be evident to all. Just for today, I will practice the principles of recovery even when I'm the only one who knows. That's exactly what we're talking about today.
Exactly right. And that's the point we're trying to drive home is stop being assholes, everybody. Just be yourself and chill out. I'm just kidding. I'm not yelling at you. That's exactly what we're talking about. It's true. Walking the way we talk. That was our theme tonight, and it's important to do, especially around this time of year. Do what you say what you do, show some integrity and authenticity, and be genuine. Tupac said it. Dude's got it down. I'm not perfect, but I'm always real. And that's all it is. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to pretend to be perfect. Just for today. You only have today. Be right today. Do the right things today. Walk the way you walk. Will, you were a fantastic friend to have on tonight. You did a very good job.
I appreciate it.
Very proud of you, Will Douglas. you'll be on before Christmas. We have a guest on Sunday, friend of the show. Well, he will be a friend of the show when we're done. Todd Davidson from Healthy Georgia. He'll be on. Mike will be interviewing him, I suppose. And that's Sunday. Let's see. Sunday, we're getting close to Christmas, aren't we? Sunday is Todd. We'll have him on. Kaisa gives her love, says thanks, Will, except like only half the comments are coming through. Whatever. And then Christmas Eve will be a regular show, regular time. Check in with everybody, make sure you're all acting normal. And then the 29th regular show. And then the 31st is our New Year's Eve extravaganza. We will have, it's going to be like a 6-hour show. It's going to start at 9, go through the new year, and then end at like 3 o'clock in the morning, just in case I need to order any Ubers for anybody. And that's it. So, Will, thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody for watching. We had a bunch of people watching, a lot of interaction between us and our friends and our fans. So we love everybody. Be safe.
Christmas is the time to say